pursued me, then you used me, then you threw me away. I will stay strong.
We are here with Fiona BLooM, and usually Fiona sends us artists that she's working with to be guests on the show, and finally it's Fiona's turn to
Finally, I'm in the hot seat.
Yeah. So Fiona, like, how many artists do you work with at a time, and what is your exact? What are you're the publicist, manager? What do you do?
I don't even know anymore. I wear a lot of different hats.
Yeah.
I do promotion,
Yeah.
I do marketing, I do branding, I do social media, I book tours, I do international marketing, I'm a therapist. I mean, I'm not even sure.
Do you therapy yourself?
Yeah, actually.
Like, how do you do it? In the mirror? Like, what do you do? Like,
I take TeQuiLa. That's a whole other story. It's
okay.
Jewish
Do you have the bracelet?
Not yet, because I need somebody to put it on me, and that's actually going to happen tonight.
Oh my God!
So it's a very
Mazel tov.
sacred, spiritual moment that we're having now that I actually said that. So yeah.
Wow. Have you ever seen Madonna over there?
I have.
Yeah,
yes.
everybody does.
Yes.
Yeah.
She sat right in front of me last week, as a matter of fact.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Maybe her aura will like rub off.
Her aura wore up on her.
Exactly. So that's pretty exciting.
But as far as artists that I represent at any given time, it's usually between 9 and 15.
Okay.
It's a lot.
So how many right now?
Right now, about 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are any American?
Yeah,
Yeah?
absolutely. I mean, I do a lot of international artist representation, but I've got quite a few American artists.
Okay.
One that's doing very well right now, her name is Avery Sunshine.
Right.
She's a gospel R&B singer. Another one, Erin Barra.
Oh, I love Erin.
Singer-songwriter.
She's amazing.
And then several others from overseas, and I work in all genres, everything from metal to rock and hip-hop to electronic to world music, R&B, soul.
So what makes somebody like how does somebody have to be for you to say I will help you?
Somebody has to be a workaholic like I am.
Right.
Relentless and passionate and bloody damn good.
Right.
I mean, they have to write great songs, they have to have amazing energy, great aura, and an incredible, incredible live show. Because for me, at the end of the day, it's all about the live show. It's the live show and the songs, but the live show you have to connect with the people.
Right.
If you do that with your audience, you're golden.
And you are a musician.
I am, yes. Born and raised, classically trained concert pianist.
And where was that?
London, England.
What part of London are you from?
Well, I grew up in Hampstead, but don't
Okay.
judge me. 'Cause
I will.
Oh, okay.
Hampstead.
But ended up moving to Baker Street, but my family's actually from Hackney.
Oh.
So, you know, if you listen to my dad talk, he's like, oh, mate, oh, it's like, oh, yeah. You know, but then my mom's got the posh sound, like, Fiona, are you coming for tea?
Wow.
And so I sort of got the best of both worlds.
That is the best of both worlds.
And to be honest, music is completely, before I even was born, we grew up in Abbey Road, right across the street from the Beatles studios.
Wow.
And so I
was just there recently.
Amazing, right?
Yeah.
You can feel it, still in there, like everything.
Yeah.
I grew up there from the age of, since I was a little
So your
baby
address
to
was
4
Abbey
years
Road?
old. Yeah, Abbey Road.
Wow, I know exactly where you live.
Then moved to Hampstead, then moved to Baker Street, and in Baker Street, I used to watch Sherlock Holmes undress in the windows, so I was a peeping Tom at the time.
Right, because I was going to say, doesn't Sherlock Holmes
Yes,
live on
he
Baker
does,
Street?
And I've seen him many times.
Wow. And there's that song, Baker Street.
Baker Street.
Yeah.
Don't let me sing it for
I
you.
know. It gets stuck in your head, right?
Yeah.
So that's a lot of stuff. That is like a lot of stuff. So what's your like next performance of somebody that's coming up?
Yeah, it's funny you said that. I actually did something amazing last night. I did. I have an artist called Velas. He's 23. We did like a special listening session last night at Daddy's house, which is P. Diddy's recording studio. That place was wall to wall packed.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Tonight I'm doing Kabbalah.
Right. Was P. Diddy in the
P. Diddy actually wasn't in the room last night, but a lot of people were.
Good.
Tomorrow night I have an artist from Atlanta and New Orleans. They actually moved back to New Orleans. They're a jazz collective called Waterseed. They're playing at pianos tomorrow night at 7 p.m. And then on Saturday night, I have this amazing singer-songwriter from Ethiopia who lives in D.C. She's kind of like a world soul artist who's Grammy nominated. Is going to be at Drome, that East Village Club on 5th Street.
Yeah,
so
you have a lot of people play at Drome.
I do.
What's your thing with Drome?
I love the guys that own it.
Okay.
It's a Middle Eastern flavor. It's also
a great
a very big
room.
gypsy club, which I love gypsy music. I just did a whole bunch of Hungarian stuff for at the Smithsonian for Gypsy. And I like the fact that they're basically all genres.
Gypsy.
They're open to everything. You know, I've done metal there to electronic DJ, rave, club, dance, house. They're just open to everything, and they treat the musicians really, really well. And the sound system is fantastic. The acoustics are lovely. They've got all the backline you can ever possibly imagine.
Oh, that's
You don't really
great.
need to
New
rent
Yorkers,
gear.
I feel like we're so spoiled like that. Like
Yeah.
we just like don't even realize that in other places people own PAs
Right.
and have to bring their own
It's
stuff.
true.
It's like what? I'm not
crazy.
playing there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
We're
not
so
only,
spoiled.
not only are they bringing their own gear, but they're not even getting paid.
Exactly.
So, you know, it's kind of crazy.
I know, we're like, you got to have everything for us to play. I know. So your artists must be in shock when they
Oh,
have
they're so
backlinks
happy.
like that.
They're so happy.
Yeah.
And when they come from overseas, I mean, they're even happier because they have to
Yeah.
travel really light.
It's hard. It's
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot of your acts, and I have to say, every single one is tip top.
Oh, thank
they're
you.
really quality. I mean, all of them.
Yeah.
And do they find that you have like had them jump hurdles?
I think so, yeah, because when I start with a lot of these acts, they're basically brand new, like to the extent that nobody's heard of them. They
Right.
have 20 fans on Facebook and 200 followers, you know.
Right.
So, I mean, they do climb hurdles with
So
me.
have
because
you teach social media?
I teach social media.
So what are 3 good tips for anyone, easy ones?
3 good tips on platforms all across the board? or
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Twitter?
Well, or
If you're going all
Facebook,
across the
Twitter.
board, the biggest tip I tell all my artists or anybody that I come across is just be authentic. Be your real self. You know, whatever that voice is, that's the best way to be in touch with your audience. Is just be yourself, be true to who you are, and have a good attitude with these people. Second tip is always respond to your audience. When you get to a certain level, okay, you're going to not have time to respond to everybody, and now you're a celebrity within your own right. But as you're climbing the ranks, you have to reach out and connect and retweet and post and always reply to your audience.
Yeah.
And the third tip, shoot stuff. Shoot interesting things with your smartphone. Whether you're on the road, take good footage. 15, 20-second clips with your video. Great
You know,
photos.
Instagram does that.
And it's not even Instagram, it's all the platforms across the board, whether you're using Twitter, Facebook, YouTube with video. You want to take that stuff, that's content. So those are the 3 best pieces of advice in a short amount of time that I can give you.
Yay,
So,
that's nice. Cool. So we love to do a little segment on our show called Skeleton in the Closet, and it is National Tequila Day. So we have little tequila specials for you.
Can I just say though that last time I drank tequila, I woke up somewhere else.
Little baby sips.
Do you remember when that was?
I drank tequila about 1.5 years ago, and I don't remember where I was.
That works.
But I mean, I was sick, just a sip.
That's
not
fine.
bad.
Yeah, it's National Tequila Day, and you have to go to Kabbalah.
I do.
So does Kabbalah how long have you been doing that?
I've been practicing Kabbalah since February, so I'm a newbie.
Okay.
Which is why I don't have the red string
But
yet.
you will.
Tonight.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah.
So,
My skeletons.
yeah, that works. So, how long have you been in New York?
I have lived in New York for 18 years.
Okay.
I survived 9/11.
Right.
And I'm from London, lived in Israel a few years, and have traveled the world, and fortunate enough to have seen some amazing things on my journey. And hopefully I'm keeping on going, because I haven't I've got a long way to go, hopefully, in many more countries and many more people to meet along the way.
And what's
So,
your website and Twitter and all that, so people
my
can find
website is www.thebloomeffect.com. TheBloomEffect.com. And all my handlers across the board are at Fiona Bloom. So Instagram, Fiona Bloom, Facebook, Fiona Bloom, Twitter, Fiona Bloom, YouTube. Actually, can I talk about my YouTube channel?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have a really cool web series, which I would love Dava to do.
Right.
Called Heart and Dagger. What's the name of the group?
Star and Dagger.
Star and Dagger, you're amazing. I would love the Star and Dagger to do an efficacy webisode for me. So I have this great series. It's very cool little vignettes on different artists that I admire. And I'm up to 119 episodes. And I just reached 125,000 channel views
Nice.
and almost 500 subscribers. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Congratulations.
So it's called Efficacy on YouTube. Yeah.
That's great. So, what is the theory, the theme of the show?
It's really about artists behind the scenes of what they really love. Like their passion's obviously the music and the craft, but efficacy is about their favorite gadgets. If they're into video games, like what are they turned on by? Whether it's Super Mario or Red Dead Redemption?
I don't know.
Something Redemption?
Like a video
You guys know
game?
this it's one of the biggest ones in video games.
Well,
Red
I
Dead
like
Redemption?
Grand Theft
Grand
Auto.
Theft Yes, that's
Grand
it. Red
Theft
Dead.
Redemption.
So anyway, it's basically unmasking, different things about their personality that audiences would never necessarily know, like something about what spicy
So what's
food
yours,
does to them.
Fiona?
Well, I mean, I have a few things, but
Okay.
I'm trying to clean myself up a bit, if you know what I mean.
Are you vegan or any of those things?
No. I'm a big meat eater.
Yeah.
I am a vigorous meat eater coming from England. So for me, I grew up eating steaks like every other day and hamburgers. So I'm really trying to cut back on that because obviously we all know that meat eating all the time is not very good for you, and it slows
You
you
look
down.
pretty good, though.
Thank you.
I don't think it has any bad effect
I'm about to
on
eat a
you.
hamburger tonight as well. I'll think about that.
Oh, there you go.
But my other vice, in terms of when I'm a big whiskey. I love whiskey.
Yeah.
So I like to go to the different places to look at all the whiskey, the barrels, and inspect the barrels and smell them and taste them and sip.
I want to go to the in Scotland and visit
Yes.
a whiskey.
Fantastic
That's
places.
one of my dreams
Yes,
to go
yes,
to
yes, yes.
before we go on.
So whiskey and wine, those are my two biggest things. When I talk about things outside of music, it's usually going to be whiskey and wine.
Wow. Good for you. I can tell by the way you drink tequila. Yeah. I'm sure you really crack them down, Fiona.
Well, I like to tell everybody when you've got a bad cold, you've got to drink whiskey.
That's what I was thinking too. I was
Whiskey
thinking
and
that
honey.
too.
Yeah, hot toddies we call them. Hot
Whiskey,
toddies.
Yeah, we call them
Oh,
hot
definitely.
We call them hot toddies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I don't want anybody to think I'm a drunk or a lush over here. It's not like
Too
that. It's
bad.
sipping.
Oh, come on. Misery loves company. We
Real
all do.
age, you can drink.
Exactly. Yeah, no.
When you're two.
Yeah, aren't we all? It's true. Except for one person I know just turned 21 today.
All right.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so she can go with you.
Yeah.
Exactly. So any last shout outs?
Wow, lost shout outs. I guess really just people that are tuning into rew-who, because Roostar, I love you. So
Aw.
any, as far as other people, I know that I've got a lot of big groups coming in this week. Velas, Wayna, Avery Sunshine out there, Aaron Bauer, Johnny Clegg's son, Jesse Clegg, who was on your show
Oh, he's
recently,
so
who
cute.
loved doing the interview with you.
So
He still
adorable.
talks about it.
He's in South Africa?
Yeah, he's in South
So
Africa.
cute. Talented too. I
Yeah.
loved his show.
So really just shouting out the world. If you're in tune now watching the rew-who Star Show, just tuning in, saying hello, waving to everybody out there, and I love you all. That's really,
Aw.
that's it really. I love love. I'm a loving human being.
That's nice. To have a fun night tonight.
People have said to me lately, I read your tweets and I feel your love, I feel your energy, keep doing it. So that means something. If they can feel that love through a tweet,
Yeah.
that's pretty amazing. So if I
Yeah.
can keep that up, I'm
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
for
Do you ever
you.
have a bad day?
All the time.
Yeah.
But what I do with those bad days is dream that I'm either in Barbados or in London somewhere, at Abbey Road recording studios.
Wonderful.
Or being a concert pianist on the road in my make-believe ways in Vienna. So I
So
just
you have imagination.
lots and lots of
Visualization.
imagination, yeah.
All right, that's
Yeah.
perfect. That
Yeah.
sounds good. Well, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for visiting.
It
And
was
we
fun.
will be back with a lot more today on Tequila Day.